Severe weather that brought tornadoes and thunderstorms with high winds across Oklahoma, leaving dozens injured, even thousands of residents without power, while several communities suffering damage to several homes and businesses. Kevin Stitt is the governor of Oklahoma. He joins us live now. Governor, good to see you. Thank you so much for coming on. Just reading through some of these reports, I believe so far it's been confirmed that at least 9 tornadoes have touched down in your state. Is that accurate? And how is your state doing today? How are the residents doing today?
You know, we're cleaning up, and fortunately, there was one fatality in western Oklahoma, and a lot of property damage. So we're still assessing all that. I talked to the administrator of FEMA yesterday. We don't think it will move to a point where we have to declare any kind of emergency or need any federal funding. But yeah, we're cleaning up, and there were some houses that were, roofs taken off, that kind of stuff. But it could have been a lot worse, and didn't hit any heavily populated areas, which was a good thing.
We'll continue to monitor that and all that's happening there. Oklahoma, sadly, no stranger to those storms out there. But again, very thankful that it didn't get much worse. Governor, I wanted to move on to something else that's happening in your state. If I could pivot to this, your state is set to create a tax credit-based initiative to fund education outside the public school system. What is that about for folks that may be hearing about it for the first time?
Yeah, well, big picture, we want more schools, more options for parents. We want to empower parents to put their kids in the best school that they feel that's going to benefit their kid the most. And so regardless of zip code, we want to put money and fund students, not systems. And so we created this bill. Basically, it's a tax credit, but it's refundable, has no income limits. And so $5,000 would move with wherever the parent wants to put the kid in school, whether it's private schools, Christian schools, Catholic schools, charter schools. And we think that's going to generate more schools opening up in the great state of Oklahoma.
But you still have confidence in your Oklahoma public school system.
Absolutely. We've got some great schools in Oklahoma. We've also got some schools that were closed during COVID. And if you had to talk to those moms and dads that would call me, one school in particular was closed for 355 days, and they felt trapped. We never want that to happen again. We want kids and parents to be able to move their kids and put them into a different school. If for any reason that a public school is not teaching or not getting their kids ready for college or career, we want to create more competition in our school system. We think that's a good thing. But again, if you're satisfied with your public school, we're also putting more money in the public school system in Oklahoma. I've put more money than any other governor before me. We're going to continue to double down on that because we know that educating our kids is not a political issue. That's our number one priority, is give our kids every opportunity that they can to succeed.
I'll move on to this as well. I wanted to get your take on the topic of censorship, and it seems to be really at the forefront here. We were talking about the Wall Street Journal releasing a report about the COVID lab leak. I don't know if you've been following that story, but if you tried to say anything about that before this was published, you may have been censored. You may have been called a conspiracy theorist or misinformation. Senator Tom Cotton tried to put out an op-ed in the New York Times. This was during the BLM riots. That was pulled from the Times. There has been a lot of censorship in terms of companies like Goya, Chick-fil-A, Firefox, other companies as well. And then obviously here at this network, Newsmax being dropped by DirecTV. So I'm just curious on your thoughts leading a state, thinking about your constituents. It's censorship. Does that stand as an issue for you?
Well, I mean, you said it best. I mean, they were wrong about mask mandates. In Oklahoma, I was one of the few governors that refused to do a mask mandate statewide. They were wrong about vaccine mandates. They said that it was going to cure everything. You wouldn't get COVID. They were wrong about school closures. Now they don't want to admit that the harm that they've done to kids with learning loss. We have to stand up and we have to push back against this censorship that's coming out of this administration. So they're wrong about a lot of things. Really, in Oklahoma, we believe in personal responsibilities. We believe in freedoms. That's why people are moving to states like Oklahoma and Texas and Tennessee and Florida, because we have common sense. And it feels like the left coast and some of these liberal states have really lost their minds on trying to control every part of our all of our lives. The attack on our kids. You're doing some. I mean, I had no idea that I was going to have to ban boys going into girls' bathrooms, and I was going to have to protect girls' sports in Oklahoma,
Sure.
and we were going to have to protect kids from going in public places and seeing drag shows. So all the stuff we're doing in Oklahoma is really common sense to us, and it's protecting our young people, and we need more of that across our country.
We'll leave it right there. We appreciate you weighing in on those topics. Also, best of luck to you, to all the residents there. I know there's a big road for cleanup ahead for those in Oklahoma that were affected by those tornadoes. Governor Kevin Stitt joining us live. Governor, thank you.